Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today's video is going to be all about a recent masterclass that I had with Instagram. Yes, the official Instagram. And they basically told us everything that you need to know about Instagram. So if you want to find out all the tea from the inside scoop, then keep on watching. Okay, so me and a few friends went to this masterclass and we were like, how did this happen? There was only very few people invited to this. So I was so honored to be there, guys. And we had so many questions that we wanted to ask, okay? There were so many things that so many people talk about. Instagram basically gave a presentation and then they also allowed us to ask questions at the end. So I wrote everything down and I'm gonna basically tell you guys everything so you know about everything. Okay, I'm spilling the tea, guys. I'm gonna go for it. On a side note, I hope you like this makeup look that I created and it's gonna be on my Instagram real soon. If you're not following me, it's just at Danny DeFreitas. Go and check it out. Alright, so I'm gonna try and keep this video as short as possible, but I wanna just not waffle and just go through all the really important points, okay? So the first point, so I wrote everything down, I've got it on my iPad here. So the first point is that perfection is outdated. So people really want to have something that seems authentic and that is relatable. So if everything's just like too perfect all the time, even though it looks great and it might look amazing for your feed, like just real life people might not be able to relate to that. And I think having that relatability and authenticity is actually really nice. So maybe think about how you can take things back. I think it was a really good point of advice, and also just looking at the examples that they put on screen it just seems really raw, and it's really hard for me to talk today because I'm tired and it's like 10 p.m. but we're gonna keep on going. The next point is, and this kind of blew my mind. This is probably the one thing that I walked away like, oh my gosh, is that the shadow ban is a myth. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry. And I know I did a YouTube video on the shadow ban and how I thought I was shadow banned and everything like that and how to avoid being shadow banned, but apparently Instagram say it's a complete load of rubbish. It is a complete myth and it does not exist. So for all those people out there who might think that they're shadow banned, it's not true. I'm sorry guys, I'm so But I have to say, on that note, what I really took away from that was that people, it's like Chinese whispers, they had an idea, they kind of self-curated this and everyone's talking about it, but it never even existed. So next point that Instagram revealed was that you should always post your own content. So I think that a lot of times, you know, there's repost accounts out there. You might get flagged if you're posting a lot of other people's content. So I know that this is sometimes like more of a big thing, but try to make sure that you're posting your own content and try to make sure as well that you're posting new content. Like, don't just post the same thing. I think especially with videos, if you're posting the same video over and over again, I'm not sure, but I think like Instagram knows, so it kind of limits your reach on that video. Okay, the next one was really good. It was be careful of copyright issues. So when you're picking music, make sure they're copyright free because they can get flagged, and I've personally had content deleted because of music issues. So just make sure that whatever music you're using, if you do use music, make sure it is copyright free. The next one, again, kind of blew my mind. A lot of people think this, but when you have a business profile, so it could be personal, it could be business, but if you have a business profile, you do not have reduced visibility. Every single one person can see all your stuff just as equal as a personal profile. There is no difference how Instagram acts and reacts with your profile, if it's business or personal. The only difference is a business account basically has insights to help you manage your content, to help you kind of tap into your audience and to give you information. That's it. Now, another thing that came up was the good old explore page. This was a little bit of juicy tea for me because recently I did talk about the explore page and I was really happy to say that all of my research was true and it basically, you know, made sense. So it supports what I said in my YouTube video. And the explore page no longer is universal. It is now personalized to you and it will be personalized to your niche. For example, if you are a makeup page then you love makeup and you follow makeup accounts, your explore page is going to be mainly of makeup stuff or beauty stuff. If you're more gaming, then your explore page is going to be more about gaming. So it tries to kind of know what you like and it taps into your interests, so you're kind of on the app longer. Now the whole point of this is that Instagram really wants to kind of move away from what it was before and wants to start building more of a community. So it's about making friends with like-minded people, knowing who's in that community, and like building those sub niches, which I think is good because now Instagram's so much bigger. So it makes sense that they're trying to do that. I know that when the algorithms came in, I was really angry, and I think there were a few people in the audience who would be like, yeah, let's talk about algorithms. But when they explained it, we were like, okay, we get it. It's just become so big so fast that it would just be, you'd just get flooded if you posted something and it was just universal. So the fact that it is more specific to your community, I think does make more sense. Next up, guys, you know how when we used to post before it was chronological, and now since the algorithm it's not? Well, Instagram said that it actually doesn't really matter what time you post your content. Mind blown. This is a big thing for content creators. This is a big thing for influencers and bloggers, or anyone that's serious about Instagram, because you want to be posting at specific times or the right time to kind of reach the maximum audience. But now that it's no longer chronological, it actually doesn't matter. Try to post whatever time you want your audience to be awake at. So my largest audience is the US, so I try to post at a time where people in the US are going to be awake. So there's no point posting it at like when it's 3 AM in the US, because they're all asleep, so they won't see my content, it'll get lost. So that's the only thing I will say. Make sure that your audience is awake, it's always great, and then post at that time. But it really doesn't matter, because it's just, they'll see it eventually. And I know that now when you post a video, it's not instant, but it kind of grows throughout, you know, 24 hours or 48 hours, a little bit more. So it's like a really slow, gradual one. And then when you scroll down and you look at it, you're like, oh, I actually did okay, but you don't get that instant, like boom, like before. So another thing that you might see is that there are some people who have a feature called paid partnerships, or when you're working with like paid content, you basically have that. And if you are someone who has that feature, I don't personally have that feature, but if you are someone who has that feature and you post that content, it is, again, it has no reduced visibility. So every single person that normally sees your content will see it. So I think the whole reduced visibility thing is a really big issue, especially for us, because we feel as though now, like I definitely know that not all of my followers will see my content. So even, you know, though I post, I know that for a fact, you know, not 100% of my following will see that, and it is slightly annoying, but at the same time, not everyone's on their phone every day, all day. So it's important to just always focus on the quality of your content, as opposed to just like spitting things out that are kind of like okay-ish. You don't want to be doing that. You want to take your time, and you want to maybe reduce your frequency and focus. That spend, if it takes 2 days to create something better, then do that rather than spending 1 day creating something that you just pop out. So you might see a lot of people now doing this, and I think that, you know, it's a really nice way of just making Instagram better. And it, you know, I mean, if there's anyone who's going to say you can do better, then great. I just want to say thank you so much to Instagram for having the masterclass in London. It's the first one they've ever done, and it was a mixed bag of different niches and communities there. And we're hoping to do more with Instagram as well. Instagram seems very interested in doing one that's just for beauty. So keep your eyes peeled. I'm really excited that Instagram are basically supporting their content creators and people like us who put so much time, effort and energy in creating great stuff for you guys. So massive thank you to Instagram. I loved it. It was like one of the best events I've ever been to, because it helps me in my business, it helps me as a content creator, and helps me as an influencer. So thank you so much. I hope that there are some really good tips and advice that you can take away from this video, and those were like the biggest things that I kind of walked away with, like, right, okay, I'm motivated, I know what I'm doing, I can go and do it. So hopefully, even if it's just one thing that you can take away from that, amazing. This video totally supports my Instagram hack series. So if you want to know more about how to grow your following, how to like get on the explore page, you know, what to do, how to grow, then make sure you check out any of my other videos. Give this one a thumbs up, and until next time guys, I will see you soon.